Hey guys! Welcome back to our Keycap related video. This is part 2 of my review series for Tai-Hao Keycaps. Today, we're looking at Tai-Hao's Cubic Profile, specifically their Purple Boom set. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I highly recommend you do, as I'll be comparing this set to their OEM lineup. But with that out of the way, let's get started with unboxing. As previously mentioned in the first vid, this Keycap set was sent over by Tai-Hao for review, but that will not affect my opinions on it. Again, just like the vintage camel set, this set came in this simple black box. First, we see a plastic cover for the keycaps. This is then followed by a small sticker showing the keycap's name and graphic. Next up is the first layer of keycaps, which are comprised of the alpas and mod keys. The next two layers has the extra keys needed to support other layouts, as well as an extra rubber keycap, two Tai-Hao branded keycaps, and the plastic keycap puller. With the Purple Boom set, Tai-Hao this time used their own cubic profile, which is similar to OEM having a sculpted design, but it's much more boxier on the edges. Just like OEM, these keycaps do not exhibit any interference with north-facing PCBs because of their rather medium to tall height. Speaking of height, this is also comparable with the ASA. Here are some comparison photos for you to see. Unlike the first set we checked out, this kit offers a lot more. Besides the standard ANSI layout up to the number pad, this has full support for HHKB and Chang'an layout boards, supporting split backspace, 5-key backspace, control key on the caps lock, 1.5U bottom row keys, as well as a 7U spacebar out of the box, which is also thankfully not warped, along with a 6U and standard 6.25U spacebar. For 65 and 75 users, you'll also be happy to hear that this set offers full compatibility for the smaller shift key and 1U bottom row. The rightmost navigation row is also supported, though mine has a manufacturing defect having two page down keys on the same height, rather than an end key. Other than that minor mishap, this kit also has support for step caps lock, ISO enter, as well as support for other languages. Just like their OEM lineup, this is made out of ABS, and the Legends are double shot. The purple and black, though translucent, is still saturated. The double shot process is also seen when the light hits it. When you turn on the RGB though, it kinda looks bad. See as to it the Legends can be read properly, and you end up with a mess of a look. Again, I expect this to shine over time because of its ABS nature, but it wouldn't matter too much since it's translucent anyways. Overall, I like the materials used on this set, rather than on the Lelelabs one, since the Legends there are only UV printed and may fade or be scratched over time. Ultimately, it's for you to decide on which design you'd like. Would you rather get a clearer keycap with subpar Legend printing, or a semi-translucent one with double shot Legends? A gripe I have with these keycaps is that they are thin, only measuring up to 1mm, while other sets I have, like the ASA, measure up to 1.4mm in thickness. I wish Tai-Hao could have thickened the walls of this keycap for it to be able to produce a more solid sound. As it stands, this is as thin or a little bit thicker than the stock OEM keycaps we often see on pre-built boards. The Legends here are the same on the vintage camel set, meaning that they are sharp and concise, having text plus icons on the modifiers, as well as alpas aligned on the top left. One thing to note though is that the alpas here are quite thicker than their OEM counterparts. Not sure why is that, but I like it nevertheless. It's quite similar to GMK thickness, but the typeface is quite different. Just to reiterate, I much prefer these molds for the Legends rather than EPBT, because these Legends are aligned pretty well, and the thickness is consistent with each other. Coming up is the sound test of the keycaps on the Mod 007 with CS silvers and an aluminum plate. We'll be comparing this to Cherry Profile, as well as Tai-Hao's own OEM profile. Here it is also with the Tom 680 with Gathering blocks on an acrylic plate. From the sound test, we could notably hear that the Purple Boom are in the middle of the two. The OEM profile gives a clacky sound with a bad spacebar sound, while the APBT was able to give out a lower pitch sound overall. The Purple Boom is on the middle, having a not too clacky and not too talky sound profile, albeit with a dead sounding spacebar. But overall, for a keycap set that's unique and stands out of the crowd, I can honestly say that I much prefer this than their OEM counterparts. This might be thin, but the sound is good enough. While the competition offers UV printing for the Legends, this one ups the ante, offering double shot into the mix. Though, the design might be up to your personal preference, as you can see the double shot process leaking through the RGB and translucency of the keycap. If you're eyeing the Lelelabs keycaps, or Ako soon to be released Ako ASA clears, I can honestly say that you could give this a look and try. For the price of only $45 for the full kit, I wholeheartedly recommend this to anyone who loves to show off their RGB. And for those who don't, you can also admire the colors this set has to offer. So that's about it. What are your thoughts on the keycaps? Leave them down below. Once again, I'm John J. Benueva, and I'll see you in the next video.